Morning, everyone, and welcome to another in a series of interviews based around our Lead to Legacy drive. Now, we can't do what we want to do right now, which is meet face to face. So everything is online, and the Lead to Legacy drive is designed to introduce people that we care about, our families, our friends, our clients, and our suppliers, to people that we care about, our BNI members. And we know that just by meeting, business in our local community increases, and that is what's going to pull us out of any insecurity that's coming. That wonderful local business where people are referred, there's no cold calling, and we can really help businesses succeed. We can collaborate with others, we don't have to compete, and we can really build a vibrant givers gain community where we live. And I'm really happy and really excited that our interviewee for today agreed to come on because their whole business has been based around helping people tap into that local market. So as you probably know by now, I've got 5 set questions. And the first one is, can you tell me your name, your company name, the chapter that you belong to, and how long have you been a member?
Cool. Well, thanks for inviting me, Greg. I appreciate that very much. So my name's Nathan Kelsey. My company's Make Me Local. I'm a member of Churchill chapter in Bromley, and I've been a member for just coming up to 7 years now.
Fantastic. Very good. Lucky number. So no 7-year itch, Nathan. You're not looking to step away anytime soon?
I've already renewed. I did 2 years last time.
Brilliant. Okay, and I don't think there's such a thing called the 9-year itch, so that means we've definitely got you. So thank you very much for coming on. I mean, we can see the fabulous branding behind you in your brilliant offices. So my second question is, how has BNI supported you through the COVID era?
Well, I mean, it's been an unusual year, just to say the least. But one thing I've found through 2020 is I've built up some really, really close friendships with some like-minded people, and they're going to be friends for life for me. And in the past, it's made me reflect on how I've approached BNI, because in the past I've been really guilty of treating BNI like solely as work.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for BNI, the paths of the close friends I've built in the last year, just our paths would never have crossed. And they're really special bonds. And if I've changed my mindset from BNI is work, and I've opened myself up, and I wouldn't have built those bonds. And really, it's no coincidence that one of those close friendships has developed into a dream referral for me that went live last month, and it's added 20% to my turnover.
Wow.
So, yeah, really cool.
It's weird, isn't it? Because we when we have long-term members like yourself, initially people join BNI for business. Of course they do. We're a referral organization. That's what we do. However, as people progress and they renew, I'm not saying that the business isn't important. Of course it is. It's a major driving factor, but also that kind of support and that relationship side that you get from BNI really comes to the forefront. And it's brilliant that what you've just described there is the cyclical nature. So you join for business, you've developed really strong relationships, and guess what? It's led to business again. So that's brilliant. So since this, the whole pandemic has been going on, what's the most heartwarming thing that you've seen in BNI?
So there's a number of. One thing is I love the way I've seen people, and it's on more than one occasion, but how people have rallied around people who needed help.
Yeah.
And I've witnessed that on more than one occasion, well, multiple occasions in the last sort of 7 months. But in the last week, I've experienced it personally as well. So I've got my new business pipeline has started to drop away a little bit. My forward sold revenue, I've got a bit of a risk on that. And I had a little call to arms with people over the last couple of weeks saying, look, I need your help. And I mean, I'll name drop one person in particular, of Jerry at Bromley Football Club. He's really gone the extra mile for me in the last week. He's given my company airtime. He's given us a sponsorship on a live stream. He's doing a promo out to all of his. It's a massive network, and he's also just given me a really good referral to a security company. So I've got a bit of a risk coming up that I'm addressing at the moment, and I've gone out to my friends and I've said, look, can you help me out? And they've delivered on that. Gail Golvin at the moment is doing the same for me with a list of her suppliers and her network, and she's desperately trying to find ways to help me. And you wouldn't get that if you weren't in BNI. If I was just in here, I'd have to be cold calling, telesales, and the connection I had through this process has been just, it's amazing. And there's one other bit, and it's not necessarily BNI, but I think it shows how the human nature and the human race in the last 7 months, really, I think that it has risen. An overwhelming memory for me in 2020 is right at the start of it, one of my team offered to work for free. She said, in case you have any financial troubles, and she came to me privately and said, look, if you've got any financial, don't worry, I'll work for free.
Oh,
this goes to show how the human nature in the last 7 months overridingly has shown itself to be of such a high quality. The nature of everyone is amazing. And I mean, Jerry Gale, as I've just said then, but also that person in my team, I got a bit emotional when she said that to me.
I don't blame you, but I think the reason why people are doing that for you, Nathan, you're a great leader, and one of the things about great leadership is you're incredibly humble. Those people wouldn't do that for you unless you had that relational capital, almost like that bank account that you had spent time building up with them. So that we hear stories about it all the time. So that Suzanne Elsey at Spitfires when David Spragg helped her out, and Andy Ruck at Black Prince when the members rallied around. People who put the time in first. And can I just say now, you absolutely do. You go above and beyond for your fellow members. You are outstanding. So it's of no surprise to me, but it shows the quality of you that it's taken you back, and the fact that your team are doing it with you as well is just wonderful. So take it as every compliment in the world. It's a repayment of the energy and the faith that you've put into other people. So it leads beautifully onto our next question, which is, well, how can we as a region help you right now? Tell us how we can help you.
Well, thanks. I mean, I might have to get widescreen just to get my head on this screen at the moment. So maybe that's the first bit, widescreen. Right now, I'd love to speak to any businesses that typically the profile of our clients is an established business, normally £1 million turnover, got a team of people in place, and essentially they need to feed that team work via sales leads. These companies primarily sell to the domestic market. They've got an average value transaction of over about £2,000, and the transaction is usually one-off. So then they need to find a constant flow of sales leads to fill the diaries of their team. So double glazing companies, garage door suppliers, kitchen design companies, removal companies, they fit the ideal profile client for us. So any businesses that fit in that area that have got that need to find leads, then I would love to chat to anyone like that.
And I know how good you are, Nathan. I'm going to put you on the spot, but I bet you'll respond. Have you got a particular company in mind, a name of a company that you thought, I could really help those guys? Because let's be candid, you help them. These guys will be panicking right now that they're not going to have the turnover to support their team. What you do is you go in and solve that problem for them, and you've got a track record of doing it. So, let's flip this around. We're not doing you a favor. We're doing them a favor by introducing them to you. So I know you've got one. I can see in your eye that you've got one. Go on. Who have you got?
So I would love an introduction to Ian Penman of Ruach Kitchens in Westerham. So Ruach Kitchens, they do a lot of online marketing. I've analysed their whole business, and I know that I can do it significantly better and get them more for what they're paying at the moment. So yeah, thank you for that. Ruach Kitchens, Ian Penman in Westram. I'd love an intro to them.
I'll be gutted if we can't find you on. I really, really will. Okay, so let's just move on to our last question. I like to keep these nice and short, just like me. Is there anything else that you want to add to the members and the members of BNI and the members of public that will watch this video?
I know what I say. So I joined BNI 7 years ago. My company's we're coming up to 7 years. My company's 7 years old next month, November. And beforehand, I'd just been cold calling. It was just me. I was cold calling, and I did a whole week of cold calling. And on the Friday night, I was thinking, what have I done? Because I didn't get anywhere. And my sister then said, why don't you try BNI? And I didn't know what BNI was. My parents' next door neighbour is Nick Foreman's dad, and he said, try BNI. So I was like, all right, I'll try BNI. And I went to BNI the following week, and I signed up on the spot. And if I look at the journey over the next 7 years, we're a team of 22 now. BNI accounts for 70% of our turnover. And if it wasn't for BNI, there's absolutely no way we would be where we are today. No way. So really, this is a message to anyone who is maybe not getting what they want out of BNI at the moment, or maybe if someone's watching this and they're not in BNI, if you approach BNI with the right intent, and that is to help other people, then it does come back to you. And if you think about the time investment versus plus the annual cost to what we get in return, it is easily the single best form of marketing I've ever done and I ever will do. So BNI is the one.
Bless you. Thank you very, very much. Well, I also know that you're looking for, are you looking for office space at the moment? Did I hear that request the other day from you?
You did, but I have had to have a change of plan on it, because what I thought office space would cost versus what I could afford was a little bit different. So we're just working with the builder in our chapter, the builder and the architect in our chapter at the moment, and we're converting some space within where we are now that's going to fit another 6 desks within it. And amazing government scheme called the Employee Kickstart Scheme. And in January, we're looking to take on 4 under 24-year-olds that are on universal credit. To give them work experience, helps them with their career and helping them get back into work, but equally help the company as well. So it's a fantastic scheme that we're taking advantage of. We just need the space. So we've got, lucky I've got people in my chapter who can do that for me.
I was going to say, I'm a strong believer that everything happens for a reason. So you've been able to pass 2 more fantastic referrals to 2 great members in Sanjay and John in your chapter. Fill that space first, and then the next one will be Make Me Local House. And I'll be there with a bottle of champagne when you cut the ribbon. So Nathan, thank you so much for coming on. I couldn't have scripted that better. And just for the record, there is no pre-agreed text or script, or they know these guys know the question and they speak from the heart. And I hope you agree. We were lucky that Nathan and Make Me Local were recommended to our region 7 years ago. And let's repay everything he's done by finding him some great referrals going forward. So Nathan, thank you for jumping on, and have a great day.
Yeah, you take care. See you later.
Bye.